Hello. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me if you're on here? Hi, ladies. Oh, let me turn my volume up. Okay, hello?
Let me see.
Hello, everyone.
Hello?
Hello. Can anybody hear me?
I can hear you.
Awesome. Hi.
Hey!
Nice to see you.
This is so cool. I've never done this before.
Really? Okay, yeah. See, we can kind of like have meetups. We could all go to a Starbucks,
I mean,
computers, and like people might think that we're weirdos, though. How are you doing, Mary Jane?
Good. How are you, Katie?
Good. Hi, Svetlana. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. How you feeling?
33-week-old pregnant lady.
Wow, already.
7 more weeks.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Hi, Ricky. Hello. Okay, so let's get started. First, I just wanted you guys to share something great that happened in your March, like a success that happened in March. It could be as little as I had a recruiting conversation, or I got a booking, or I had a great party. So somebody start.
I promoted.
Ah, that's right. You did. Congratulations.
Yep, that was a big
Oh.
deal.
That is a big deal. That is a huge deal. Yeah.
I freaked out. Sue Camp!
Hi, Sue.
She's trying to figure us out.
Okay, awesome.
Hello.
There she is, Sue Camp.
Hi, Sue. So other successes, I know you each had one. What was something that was great? And maybe you even, made a phone call or, had a conversation that was uncomfortable, but that's a big deal for you. So go ahead and share that with us.
Hey, you listen quietly.
I had a pretty big party slump in February and March. And so I pulled myself out of that, and April's looking really good, and I already got some for May too. So it was just like doing the task of doing Booking Blitz. And I just had a lot of people who partied in January. Like January was really happy, but then everybody was like, let's just wait till spring to party. And I'm like,
Yeah.
So I'm feeling pretty good about April and pulling kind of out of that and getting parties again, because February and March was rough for me.
Yes. I was shocked as well. My March was not like what I was expecting. January and February to be slower than March, and that just wasn't the case for me as well. So I feel you, but that is awesome that you took initiative and you pushed through that for sure.
Yeah, do the things.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I had a home party that's my first one in probably the last 5 months or so.
Okay.
All of Facebook parties. So I did get a home party. It was wonderful. I didn't reach 1,000 level in sales, but I got to like 944, and I was go place something for $60 more so I could just get praise from Katie that I did a 1,000 club. And he said, well, you could, but that's so vain of you. So I just stayed with 944. I was proud of myself for booking that home party and rocking it.
Yay.
Absolutely.
It was just one, worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. And all it takes is one party. So that is huge. And I know how that feels when you're like, oh, this is my first one in a while, or I really worked hard to get this one. So that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. We just had a few others join us. So right now we're just talking about something great that happened in our March. So any of you that just joined, would you like to share something awesome that happened in March?
Ow.
I know that you had something awesome.
Ow.
I got 2 recruits.
Yeah, that is awesome.
I know.
You're all quiet.
So how did you get them? How did that come about?
Well, the first one was just a total gift from heaven. Like, this woman just contacted me and invited to a party I had done before and didn't go. And she's like, I want to buy like all this stuff. And I was like, you know, you should join, because she literally wanted to buy like $500 worth of stuff or something.
Wow. Yeah.
And that was awesome. And then the second one, we had a home party. I've had one this year, like one in January. All my parties have like canceled, rescheduled. I didn't have any home parties in March, but I've been having these tiny little Facebook parties, like tiny. But I recruited one of the hosts who had been an awesome host, and she joined at the end. So thank goodness for tiny little Facebook parties.
Absolutely. I feel I've been there as well, where you're like, or even an in-home party where maybe one person is going to be there. And I've even had some team members ask me, is it worth it? Yes. Even if there's one person there, because eventually that host might join your team, or that one person might join or book a party. So you're absolutely right. Always have the mindset that no matter how small it is, it can be something great for sure. Awesome. So I want to talk about maybe some challenges that we've had maybe in March. I know that Ricky and I can relate that I had quite a bit of reschedules and cancellations in March, which I wasn't expecting. My April's looking a lot better, so that was definitely a challenge for me. But I want to hear from you guys. Maybe are there any challenging things coming up that you want to talk through or ask for some advice or input?
I do have a challenge that I would like to mention as well. And that's that really my April's not looking great either. I do have, I have 2 parties scheduled for April, but I have honestly like kind of dug to the bottom of the well as far as doing any kind of booking blitzes point, or, reaching out to people like maybe for the 5th or 6th or 7th time, and they're not answering me at all. So I don't feel like there's really anywhere else at this moment that I can go. So I'm just like grateful for these parties, and I know that, all it takes is one party to sort of open things up. So that's really where I'm with. I'm happy to hear anything anybody has to say, but I'm really saying it more like, well, this is where I am, and it's like I've, no corner has been turned, but I'm still gonna hang there.
Yeah. Does anybody have any advice, tips, or anything that you would like to share with Mary Jane?
I mean, I'll say something.
Yes.
I said that you had left no corner unturned. I was speaking to one of the girls on my team, and I had said to her, she doesn't have project broadcast, but she's too new to have that. But I just said it would be helpful if you reach out individually to your customers, have the order form in your hand, and it's going to take a little bit of time, but if you're focused, you can get it done in a day, where you go through all your customers and you send them a snapshot of April's rewards, with it being MAP month, kind of talk about something that they ordered in the past, and kind of just like plug that, and if you can remember anything about them, and I don't know if you've done that, that seems to sometimes have helped when you see sometimes big orders where that they like it. A lot of times I'll go and do like a customer history, and I've seen they've ordered 3 times, and maybe they're kind of like little things along the way.
Right.
And you plug, hey, listen, it's MAP month and you don't have that yet,
Yeah.
It's a little more work, but one party on your calendar can change your whole calendar.
Absolutely.
Right. Thank you.
I think like my tip would be to definitely, just stay focused on those 2 parties, and really host coach well, really, really get them, incentivize them as much as you can to get as many people there as possible. Because that'll just help your chances of getting multiple bookings from those 2 parties.
Right.
The second tip that I'm personally doing myself is I'm going back to the basics of how I got started, and that's like cleaning ovens. So, and I'm sure you've seen some of my posts, but asking friends, past hosts, past customers, anybody, like, hey, I'm on a mission to get as many to clean as many ovens as I possibly can, to fill up my photo album of before and after pictures. And I don't need any more oven pictures. I don't. But it gets me in their door. I'm giving them a service. Nobody turns down an oven cleaning, and I can even do the chicken demo and stuff while I'm in there. So, and that'll probably take maybe 30 minutes of your time per oven cleaning, but in the end, it will pay out. It'll be amazing.
So you actually clean their ovens with the oven cleaner and...
Yeah, I use the oven cleaner. I mostly use the cleaning paste and Spirit, but I go in there and I clean their oven and I wow them. And then I'll leave them with some samples, Yeah.
To piggyback off of what Katie said when you're talking about the host coaching, and Sue Camp knows this, I was not the greatest host coach, so I've really kind of changed that game a little bit. And I started 2 weeks even before the party, where I'm mentioning you want to send out those reminders. I do a drawing now where I start the party probably 15 minutes after the party starts, so everybody gets a ticket. So I get them excited to be there. I also offer tickets for anyone who brings a friend that wasn't invited, and then when you're at the party, you're just kind of I offer a ticket for anyone who's at 99 or more and out of the freebie baskets, just kind of getting them excited, because if it's just kind of a boring kind of party and they're not, but this way everyone's laughing, they're like, where's my tickets? And so I don't know, I seem to have success from that. And I don't know if you do this, I have done this for quite some time now, where I stack the hostess. I take the hostess rewards for that month, and I never use the current host. I use 2 people in the audience who are Norwex newbies. I always do down the 1,000 column, because that's usually kind of where I'm at. And then I have another person, and I usually kind of try and pick out that person that I think is a potential, and I have her hold all the stuff. I can't even tell you how that has completely changed my party. Where I'm not necessarily always having to ask. It's, hey, I want to book a party.
Cool.
That's awesome.
And Kathy, I took your suggestion on that and pulled out the cold hard cash instead of the Monopoly money.
Yep.
When you count out that $100 in 20s in front of them, their eyes get real big.
Real big.
Top of that big pile of stuff.
Because I think in general, people always think, oh, it's just what the company's going to give me. But then you turn around and you hand them $100 in cash and you say, and now take this and spend it on anything you want to get in the book.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, those are awesome ideas, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now, because we're limited on time, something that Katie really wanted us to discuss is building leaders this month, because this is such an unbelievable month for incentives, isn't it? I was blown away. This is just crazy awesome month.
And I have promoted.
Yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You're
What
I
happened,
wish I would have waited a few days. Yeah.
And immediately I called Ashley. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. That is a bummer. But that is such a great incentive for anybody else on here even that wants to promote, but especially for us for building leaders. And that's a really big thing that I want to focus on too, because not only is that going to be helping our team, because they're going to be really experiencing all the benefits that we do as leaders, but it's also going to help us to strengthen our team. So we have that 50% discount / commission that new consultants can earn in their first 30 days if they join us this month, but also that incentive bonus, right? That cash bonus for both of us, the new consultant and the recruiter, for promoting to a new leadership title. So I want to hear, has anybody thought about maybe what they want to start implementing or doing this month to really get our teams excited about this and to consider, going for a promotion or anything like that?
I don't really have anyone set up that close yet to promoting. That's my thing. We're just not there yet. We're young.
Sure. Oh yeah, I get that.
I have someone going for my very first sales leader, which will be really exciting. It's also really fun. So she has had this incredible explosion of recruiting, and so she's going for that. It'll be a stretch for her for sure, but I think she can do it. And then potentially 2 TCs also. And so
wow.
I am open to, I mean, you guys are like, wow, but I'm like, yeah, but the things have to happen first. So I like the little legs I'm seeing in the background.
Tickle the little legs.
Pants. Who needs pants? I guess there are pants. Now I see them. So anyway, any advice you guys have on that part of building leaders? I mean, obviously we've all promoted before, so we know what has worked for us to promote, but I'd love to hear any kind of advice for especially helping to coach the one who's going for sales leader, because that's definitely a stretch. That can be tough. So, I mean, obviously continue recruiting is a big piece of that, but I'm ready. Let's take some notes. Give me some thoughts.
Well, I will say, when I was going for sales leader in December, of course, I was riding a little bit on Ashley's coattails there because she was doing such a big promo in December, which really helped. But I was at the point where I was like running 1 or 2 shy, and it really took encouragement, from my upline and others for me to reach out personally and ask for those favors, so to speak, one-on-one conversation of, hey, I'm this close to promoting with our team, and I incentivize, and if you can engage this month, it'd be a huge blessing to me. I will bless you. And she was more than happy to do it. In fact, she just cashed in on her shopping spree today because she was waiting to get the pillowcase.
That was the one thing I did.
Yeah, so don't be afraid to
I
reach out and ask.
incentivized my team. I did a raffle. I piggybacked off of, because I obviously promoted Indian Engagement Month. So I piggybacked off of Ashley's, and then I created my own with her same spin thing. So I kept pumping them up. Who's going to be on it? So when you're on a little team, your chances are obviously greater to win it. So I was giving out prizes.
Yeah.
Please engage.
Yeah, I think all of that for sure is just, I would encourage her to get her team excited. And I'm guessing she doesn't have her own team page that she's with you, Ricky. So
she doesn't have Facebook.
Oh.
Oh. She's a school administrator. She's my sister, and I tell her all the time, you need to get Facebook, but she won't do it. So
darn it.
Go incognito on Facebook.
You could just go in. I was going to say, like, I have my Facebook set up because I understand when you are in the schools, I was a social worker, you need to basically be non-existent.
Yeah.
She could shut it down and just make it completely private for just her people.
Or not even put her full name. She could make up a name.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be like Jen Squeaky Clean, and no one would know the difference. Like,
yeah.
So I'm working on her. But I do in my emails to all. You remember we did the training on how to send the email out to new recruits that are in your downline that you didn't personally recruit. So I send those emails out every week, and in there I put the link to my team page, because if she's not on there, she's not adding them. Right. And so I've had some success with people joining the team, but not a ton. And so then I'm after her like, hey, tell them to friend me, tell them to add. And so she's trying to do that. But anyway, it would be way easier if she just had Facebook.
I just overstepped my one downline that wasn't passing the communication on, and she's fine with it because now she's reaping the benefits of those girls becoming active through my page. So
Yeah.
it all works out.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea if they're not on your team page, is to get them on there. And then it does help when you have, like, so you as the, you know, the bigger leader on the team, when you're encouraging and getting them excited, I think that definitely helps. So if a majority of them are on there, I would make it like do something like a fun giveaway or something at the end and keep them posted, with a tracker on how close everybody is. And then of course, I think it all comes back to the party, to continue to have ways to make contacts and to continue to recruit. Me personally, I am going to, I'm having like a Zoom call just like this on Sunday evening, and I just made a post. Hey, who's interested in promoting to a team coordinator this month? And then I even say, I think for most of us, except maybe Jamie, most of us have newer teams. Like we just have a few maybe TCs. And so most of our team hasn't caught the vision yet. So for a lot of us, I think it's giving them that vision. Mm-hmm. And so I'm really encouraging them to join me on this call to just talk about leadership. Ask your questions. Maybe you're new and you're like, I don't even know what this is, or I don't know enough, so I don't feel comfortable with it. They just don't know. So I want to give them the opportunity for us to have that conversation and to give them that information and then to give them a path.
A question, because you've mentioned the Zoom and we're on Zoom now, and I've done Zoom with a Norwex thing through corporate, but how do you do this? Like, this is awesome.
Yeah, you just basically go to zoom.com. It's free. Yeah, okay. Free. It's super easy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we only have 9 more minutes left because you only get 40 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
So 18 minutes left. Yeah, but that's really all you need.
Oh, okay. I think that when we were talking about what are we going to do, I think the biggest thing is, which is unfortunate because I have a very new team, my push is unrelated to the promotion. My push is trying to get my team to conference. Like,
yes,
pushing conference. Like, that is all. It's either booking parties, and I am on the phone at a minimum of once a week. All right, what are we doing? Who's coming to conference with me? Who's going to make this change? So, because I think once you go to conference, then everything else falls in place. And I just think with my team, I have no team coordinators. They're all new, and they're just kind of like, Yeah. So I think if they went to conference, I would be we all as a team, my team would be in a much better place.
There's some good prices on flights right now. I was actually looking last night.
Yes.
Where? You didn't text me.
Hopper.
Well, $245 round trip nonstop out of Cleveland.
Hey, I just saw that. Is that the American Airlines?
Yeah. Early Friday morning and coming back late Sunday.
Okay, yeah, I'm trying to avoid that.
Yeah.
That late. Yeah. I did see the 245 though. I almost jumped on it.
Yeah. Yes. So that brings up a good point, Kathy. So we not only should we be focusing on building leaders this month, and I think that Katie White, I feel weird that we're on here without her. I'll just be like real. Okay, so because she obviously is amazing at building leaders. So I feel like picking her brain and getting some more, even for myself, I would like to know more about how she builds her team coordinators, because she was recognized at Leadership Conference for the amount of TCs that she has helped promote. So I would like to pick her brain and get some more of like her plan, like what she does for that. So I think that would be a great resource, is Katie White. And I think it's, again, really just about having a personal conversation with anybody on our teams who are partying a lot. So if they're having a lot of parties, but they're not recruiting, having a conversation with them on, hey, did you know that you can start making residual income. You know, if you invite people to join you in this movement. And then also the ask me about my job game, you know, that is so important. That was a game changer in my business. So just giving them those little tips, just playing the ask me about my job game makes it super easy. Or any kind of, you know, tip that you guys have, I think will help them, because in most situations, they're just unsure. So kind of reassuring them and having a conversation with them. And then also conference. Yes, get them to conference. I had an idea. So you guys tell me, okay? You know how we did like a quick 20-second to 30-second video for recruiting that 1 month in February? Or was it last month? Last month? What if we each did, or anybody on our team, anybody that's been to conference, if we made like a quick 30-second to a minute video like we did, and then, you know, maybe a couple times a week we just post, hey, here's Kathy's, you know, conference takeaway, or here's Kathy.
Oh, that's good.
That way they can see. Yes, Jamie.
Hey, I wasn't sure I was even on here because I'm a tech tard, and so I'm glad I'm here.
You're here.
So I'm going to back up and answer every question you already asked. No, not really.
Yes, please.
But
please.
I had 6 this in March, and I worked my business, and so all these other things keep coming in, and I'm just having to like learn to weed out and not do everything.
You recruited 6 people in March. Is that what you just said?
I recruited 6, yes, and you know what? 5 of them met their first fresh start.
Yeah.
How are you doing it?
So, no, it was the that's not my average. It was
okay.
Reduced qualification.
Reduced, yeah, that was big.
It was great because I could say, and look, Lucy here would have earned her kid at her party because she had a $1,000 party last night.
Right.
She would have already been there. Just this, but I think the Safe Haven 5 has a lot to do with it. What I wanted to ask though was, I was not a part of it, but y'all did a Rise to Team Coordinator. Somebody did. Are y'all familiar with what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, so what did that consist of? Was that a couple of Zoom calls? Was that all personal outreach? What was Rise to Team?
I wasn't on it. I just saw.
Okay.
It was all of the above.
3 calls.
Go ahead, Megan.
Sorry. It was 3 calls. It was, help me out, Ricky. Bookings, strong starting your people, and then what was the second one? Booking, strong starting your people.
All about recruiting.
It made a great impact, obviously.
Probably recruiting and impact, yeah. I feel like the first one was like business basics, and it was kind of like our boot camp. But in between, we had a Facebook page, and we were like commenting throughout the week and like following up with people and encouraging them to be on top of things. And I think that made a difference too, because it just like helped people to remember between calls that they were supposed to be doing stuff and that sort of thing.
Okay. Do you feel like it has something to do with the success you're seeing right now with your downline?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah,
With
the two TCs were in that, so they didn't do it that month, but they're working on it. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Good.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to know because I need to do. Also, I'm worried about, I talk too much, so I'm worried about the 40-minute Zoom limit on the TC call, you know, because I'll be like, oh, that happened to me one time. Listen. And
then you're gone.
Yeah.
Like,
it
sorry,
definitely was strategic. Yeah.
It was all
We followed the Norwex like TC coaching calls curriculum that's in Nora in the back office. I forget the exact title of that, but it's something like growing leaders or promoting I don't remember what it was called, but it had like 3 sessions.
Intentionally recruiting. Intention. That's what it was.
That's what it was.
Okay. Yeah.
Write it down.
Yeah, there is good. I'm glad you brought that up, Ricky. There is like, I didn't even know this until leadership conference, but there is like a TC checklist and kind of roadmap on how to help promote team coordinators. So you can search that under Nora. What's that?
In Nora?
Yep. And we can even I will post something in our succeeding and leading group here afterwards, because if there's a few of us that have people that would like to promote this month, we can even come together and do another Rise to Team Coordinator thing.
Good. Well, and my head was just spinning with March because I try to do calls. Another thing, Katie, when you did your Zoom meeting with those that were interested, you're just better than I am at keeping it on task and not, because if you have Q&A going on, you're like, oh, we're out.
I just got the message. We have see, now it's counting me down. You have 9 minutes.
Well, it's good to see y'all.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's the only thing. I haven't had the call yet, so it'll be this Sunday. So yeah, I'll give that a try. But that is a challenge. So we'll see how that goes.
I like this whole platform too, not just about the promoting, just to have a team meeting.
Oh yeah.
Especially
with leaders, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is perfect.
Yeah. So I think our biggest takeaways now, just so we can kind of recap before everybody just sees black, is that we are going to be focusing on building leaders this month. So, I mean, even if you have a newer team and you're like, I don't have anybody that's recruiting, I think we just start from the basics and we work our way up, right? So just encouraging our team to have parties and to get to conference. Have parties, because if they don't have parties, they can't recruit. And then if you have a few people on your team that are recruiting, and one of my girls on here, Tracy recruited 8 last month.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah,
she's busy. That's insane.
Yeah, she's
awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So I know she really does need to do a training for everybody at one point, but she's a teacher.
Somebody needs to take her dinner.
Yeah,
We don't have any time.
I know.
It's tough.
Yeah, I know.
I was so exhausted last month and I only recruited 2. I was like, oh.
I think it's having systems in place, which I'm still working on. I am having systems in place for sure. So yes, building leaders, encouraging parties, talking personally with people about recruiting, offering that Rise to Team Coordinator, offering a chance to talk about what leadership looks like, giving them that information, and then really, really talking up conference. And so I will be posting below if we could all, make a short 30-second, 1-minute video at your convenience and just post below, like in a, make a little YouTube link. I think that'll be really exciting for them to just not see, my team to not just see me, Katie, at conference. Obviously they're like, yeah, Katie, we know that you go to conference, but to see other people you guys that they don't know, to be like, wow, they got all of that and look at them now. So I think that'll help all of our teams to get excited and really consider going.
I think the biggest challenge for people in conference, it's not that they don't want to go. I have a lot that want to go. It's the expense.
Yes. And so
not making a lot of money.
Yep.
You're kind of
parties. It's a party problem. It's a 4-party problem.
Right.
So because we're in the early beginnings of April, they have so much time.
Right.
So let's start it now.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Katie, I think too, if we go back and pull up some of our pictures that we were taking at conference, so that they're actually seeing the energy and the love.
We're having fun. It's not like we're
not just us plugging it now.
We're riding in cars with Jamie all around town.
Yeah, that was fun.
I had a good time.
I always have a good time.
So I want to say one thing about the expense of conference. And I think this is something, I think it's important for us as leaders to look at our own belief about that. Because if we believe it's expensive, then just like if we think recruiting, if we believe that it might be hard for somebody to join Norwex, we may not have the same recruiting success as if we believed it was an amazing deal for everyone. And I'm just somebody who's been self-employed for most of my adult life, so I understand business. And I understand that if you're doing this as a business, you have to invest in yourself. You don't need, yes, it's an easily solvable party problem. $700 or $800 or whatever the total with hotel, and, add it up and break it down into parties, and you can certainly do that. But I think it's important for us to understand that you don't have to, like any business owner, you're not going to be in the black right away. We get in the black faster actually in direct sales than most business owners do. So I think at every level, we can always look at our own beliefs about it, and it's easier than to talk to people about it from that.
Absolutely. I love that. It is an investment for sure.
Because we don't really have to invest in this business. So,
right.
It's
and going to conferences
that way.
It made my business explode. The first year I went was August 2017. I had been a consultant for almost 2 years at that point and just was piddling around doing nothing and party here and there. And then I went to conference and I was like, oh, okay.
I need that video for my team.
Then it launched. What's that?
I need Ricky to make that video for my team, what she just said.
Oh, no, she has a video because I posted it yesterday on my team page.
Ha!
Oh, you did? Yeah. All right, send it my way.
I think that we should all be on each other's team pages because I feel like that might help a little bit to get ideas and share. Like Megan and I know for sure, we share a lot back and forth, and that's helpful for me. So if anyone would be willing to add me to their team page,
I'll add
I would
you.
love it.
For sure.
Mine's fun. It's fun.
And Katie,
I bet it is.
find that, or Jamie, I'll find that link.
No, I want Jamie's team page.
Okay.
Yeah, I want Jamie's team page too.
Ooh, I better check. I better clean it up.
Stuff over
Clean
there.
it up.
Clean it up, she says. Go Norwex your Facebook
Go
page.
clean it up. Yeah.
All right, guys. So we have 3 minutes left. Any final thoughts?
I have one.
Yes.
Amy Taylor changed things for me with her video, and my wording changed, and the confidence in my business when I will just say in the middle of the presentation, oh, by the way, if you can see yourself in my shoes doing this, let's talk later. Anyway, this is and I'm confident.
Wait, what video are you talking about?
Amy Taylor made a video, and it's on Kate's page, I think. If not, I've got it on mine. And it was right after Maui, I think, that she made, or we saw it. It was in the newsletter. It was in the newsletter for February. That's what it was. It's in the February newsletter. I don't know if you can pull that back up. But anyway, it was that. It was like, I really don't need you on my team. The world needs you, and this is an untapped territory, and you'd be crazy. But since I'm confident, I think it's more attractive than, I need people. I'd love to have people on my team, and then it kind of makes it about me. Anyway, I just thought I'd add that because I think it made a difference.
Absolutely. I love that for sure. I'll try and find that video as well.
Great. Okay. Yeah. I bet I can find it too.
Okay.
I'll put it on the succeeding and leading. It's lengthy, and she said we didn't even get it all, but it was great. Thanks for letting me butt in.
Yeah, thanks everybody. I want you guys, I want you all to have a fantastic April. Let's stay in touch. And yes, I'm excited to see where everybody is at the end of next month.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Bye, everybody.
Bye.